Okay. I believe we are officially going to begin. Oh. Well, welcome. May I please say again, thank you so much for all of your understanding and patience. As I mentioned, this year was an exceptional turnout in terms of artwork submissions. Therefore, an exceptional amount of awards, therefore an exceptional amount of students to celebrate, therefore an exceptional amount of you. Here we are. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jen Campanaro. I am the Director of Admissions at Maine College of Art and Design. I have the privilege of helping to coordinate this award competition and ceremony, along with some amazing people that you'll be hearing from today. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I want to thank you for supporting your young artists. And most importantly, I want to say congratulations to the artists in the room. As I said, I'm the Director of Admissions at Maine College of Art and Design. I get to see talented applications come through all the time. I get to see our undergraduates, our graduate student work, and I have to tell you, I am so impressed by the work that I see coming from 8th through 12th graders. You all are so fantastic. You're so inspiring, and I cannot wait to see what you do. So thank you for being here. Today is about celebrating you, about feeling inspired. I do want to say a quick housekeeping note. If you can, make sure your phone is silenced. There's no food and drink in the theater. Speaking of which, a huge thank you to Portland Stage for hosting us and being so accommodating due to our constraint of a crowd size here. But without further ado, I'm going to turn the mic over to the person with whom or without whom this competition and ceremony would not be possible. You've gotten emails from her, you've chatted with her, teachers know her very well. The amazing, incredible, talented Pamela Moulton.
It is such an honor to be here today and to see so many familiar faces. And as I was setting up the show, so many people came through and they're like, who did this work? Like, what is this exhibition? And when I told them, they just couldn't believe that it was high school level. They thought it was either college or even graduate level work. So, and I see the work from the affiliates across the country because I work with other states. And in our state, I have to say that the work is very elevated. The work you're doing is outstanding. And just to give a quick note about scholastics, it was created in 1923 by Mr. Robinson. He felt that in high school, teens were awarded for their athletic prowess, but that creative minds and originality wasn't recognized and celebrated. So he started the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. And many artists, I mean, the list is really incredible, but Stephen King, Andy Warhol, Amanda Gorman, Ken Burns, Richard Avedon, so many people have been through this program. And just that your power of creativity is so important, and it's a tool that you'll have forever. It never, like, when you're an athlete, your knees wear out and everything else, but your mind and your creativity is going to guide you to do great things and really discover who you are. But I want to tell you about this year, because it's always interesting to know behind the scenes. So this year we had over 60 schools participate from all over Maine. We had a lot of new schools, which is exciting. We had work in 16 different categories. And the most popular category was drawing and illustration with 249 submissions, which is a lot. And what, I don't know if everyone knows this, but when we jury, like I have to have experts that understand all the different categories, and that there's like architecture, film and animation, ceramics, painting. There's so much, so a lot is really, the jury has a lot of responsibility. And I don't have a voice, but I'm there for every jury and I guide them. And they have very strict rules on how many awards we can give out. And it's extremely difficult because we're given this between 5% and 7% gold, and I always push it to the top because it's so hard. So many more deserve golds, and up to 10% silver and 15% honorable mention. But the jurors have a real tough time because there's so much excellent work out there. Oh, and what else happens is this year with the new system, I know it's been crazy, and last year I said, well, this year would be better, and it definitely wasn't better. And it's been really hard on my end, so there are little mistakes. I apologize. Everything has been hand done. But I kind of feel that this is what it's like to be an artist. Like, you have to learn how to maneuver these online systems. You have to learn how to upload your work and write your artist statement. And I mean, as a professional artist, I really think you're having a taste of what it's really like to be an artist. So I know it's hard, and you've all persevered, and you're all here, so you're gonna make it. And the jury, I meant if I tell you this, so the jurying process, we have no idea how old you are, what school you go to, what gender you are. We know nothing. We see the work of art, we see the materials, and in the portfolios we see the artist statement. Otherwise, we don't know. And they divided the kids this year into 7th through 9th grade, and then 10th grade through seniors. So that's how it was juried. And this year, I happen to have among us a very dear friend of mine who was one of the jury members, and I'd like to welcome Titi de Baccarat, he's a multidisciplinary artist, and I'm going to read the list. He's from Africa, and he's now living in Portland. We're very lucky to have him in Maine, and this is a list of all the different things he does, and I'm sure there's more. He's a painter, a sculptor, a jeweler, a clothing designer, a songwriter, an activist, producer, author, and he's my friend. This is Titi. Titi, will you come forward? And thank you to all the teachers and parents, and especially the artists. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Oh wow, it's a real honor for me to be on stage. You know, it's a big privilege for me. I'm from Africa, from Gabon, and it's very difficult. When I was a kid, okay, it was very difficult. Sometimes, most of the time, my brother and I, we didn't receive any gifts. And but my mother used to say, you know, you came into this world with the gift of creativity and imagination. So we're using my gift when I was very, very, very young to make my own tools, okay? And just play with my daughters and my friends in my neighborhood. It was so amazing to see the power of art. Pain, joy, sorrow, hope, future, happiness, it doesn't matter. It's important to continue to make art. Art is a universal language. It could connect people. It could restore hope. It could invite us to travel for the future. It could build a community. It could bring us such value as a human being. It's so powerful. Today I'm living the state of Maine, and I receive a lot. I receive a community, I receive friends, I collaborate with a lot of artists. That's so powerful. My father used to tell me, you are wasting your time, you know? But I'm so appreciative to see a lot of parents today, and this is so important. Us as parents, us as adults, is important to empower, supporting, encourage our young folks, our children. That's so important. Never give up. My message for those amazing young artists is to never give up. Never give up. Continue to shine, to dream, to make exceptional art. As a jury, I learned something exceptional. You know, it's a real joy to be one of the jury, but at the same time, it's a big challenge. Because when you have a lot of beautiful artwork, it's tough to make a choice. It's tough. It's tough, you know, but you have to make choice. But it's not easy because for this year, really I was so impressed to see beautiful artwork that I couldn't make when I was very young, you see. And sometimes, as an artist, I like to not just stop in the piece of art. I want to go further, to know the emotion, the feelings, the pain, the joy during the process. Some artists are good, but they don't have all of the materials to make the artwork. Some artists, while they are making artwork, they are in pain because they are going through something difficult. So art is not just what you could see. Beyond that, there's something powerful, something magic, something human. That's why art could have the power to bring people together, regardless of race, gender, age, and that's so amazing. So I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be one of the jury, and really for the state. Don't be afraid of the future of the young people. We have good seed, we have good artists, we have a beautiful creative mind, and that's so important. For me, I could retire today because I'm sure the future is going to be bright. Congratulations for all of the young artists. Thank you.
Thank you so much, TT. Now it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce you to our guest speaker, Victoria Wyeth.
Hi, nice to meet you guys. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do, timing myself, I'm going to give you a little background on my family and their art. I'm going to tell you what I do. And then I'm going to give you some advice that they gave me that has really helped me in life. So I figured the best thing to do is just to explain to you who my family is. So this is really one hell of a family tree. So my great-grandfather was an illustrator. His name was N.C. Wyeth. He had 5 children, all but one painted. Henriette was an artist, Carolyn was an artist, Nathaniel was an engineer. He couldn't figure out why soda stayed flat, so he invented a recyclable plastic soda bottle for soda. When he was a young man, we figured he was different when at, I think, 12, he calculated how long you spend blinking during your life. So we knew he was going to be a little different. Anne was a composer of classical music. She was writing symphonies by the age of 14 or 15, also watercolors. My grandpa Andy married my grandma Betsy. They had 2 kids, my dad Nicky, who's an art dealer, my uncle Jamie, and then I'm down there at the bottom. Of course, So my great-grandfather was known for his illustrations, and the worst thing you could possibly do in our family is to not believe in Santa, of course. So when my grandfather, for some reason, stopped believing, my great-grandfather gave Santa a little help, climbed on the roof, and stomped around on Christmas Eve. My grandfather wet the bed, he freaked out, and he never disbelieved. And this was the end result. My great-grandfather painted his self-portrait as Santa Claus. And I think it's incredible that he took something so jovial and kind of sweet as Santa and made him so creepy. He was really known for his Scribner's Children's Classics. And this is before video games, and I have 2 stepsons, and we have a big problem with video game consumption. So this is before video games, TVs, kids are actually reading books. And the point of these books in the illustrations is to get you to read the whole book and all the books in the series. So in 1911, he was paid $2,500 to illustrate Treasure Island. That's a lot of money in 1911. It bought a house, it was a big deal. And what's so amazing is he did this really old school style of painting called grisaille, which is when you're painting in shades of black and white and gray, but he's also utilizing color, which was, pretty new at that time. So they hand him the manuscript for Treasure Island and say, here, go crazy. And so he does, I think it's 11 or 12 illustrations, totally his discretion. He could have bombed the story, but he made it come to life. So this is a really pivotal moment when the main character, the villain, is basically out searching for the map of Treasure Island. And what NC does is he brilliantly illustrates the moment right before the villain dies. He is run over by a horse and buggy after this. And here's the phrase he had to work with: tapping up and down the road in a frenzy and groping for his comrades. And what I love about this is my great-grandfather's house that he grew up in as a young man. So it's really neat to take your life and incorporate it into the paintings. And my favorite thing that he did is he produced this guy, my grandpa Andy, who, like many people in my family, including myself, cannot sit still. And so when Andy wouldn't sit still, NC said, you just take this little, fire engine, just shut up and sit still. And so Andy said, just sitting there, playing with it the whole time. This is also the age at 6 when my grandfather quit school. He came home and announced he wanted to be a painter, and only in a family of artists with very supportive parents did they say, okay. And so he starts to paint. We're gonna do my Uncle Jamie next. I told you in this family, if you paint, it's young. So Jamie started painting when he was about 2 or 3. He actually made it to 7th grade and then left. This is his really famous picture, and the big thing about art is you want to do something different, right, than everyone else. And for some reason in 1970, no one had done a giant life-size portrait of a pig. Why would he paint pigs? My uncle married this wonderful woman, my late aunt, and unfortunately she had gotten into a car accident and was paralyzed from the waist down. So instead of having kids, they had pets. And this is Den Wyatt. This is our pet pig. And he said, she would just sit there kind of swaying from side to side. And she was just so smart. So I just played classical music and I thought, well, I better paint her. And so he actually got tape measures and unscrewed her tail and measured her ears and so forth. So there's Den. And then when he was asked by this major portrait society to submit a self-portrait of himself, this is what he sent. And they sent it back. They thought that he was making a mockery of them. And it's a real shame, because this really is my uncle. He said, this is how I think of myself, as a giant squash, on top of my head. And when I was little, he'd say, now, what's underneath it, Vic? Is there anything under there? Is there a head? Is it rotted? I'm like, I don't know, Uncle Jamie, And what I love about my uncle's work is he takes very painful experiences and he paints them. So when my grandfather died, all of us freaked out. It was very hard for us in different ways. I woke up in the middle of the night at the time he died for like 6 months. My uncle, for a couple of years, had a recurring dream of this photo, basically, of Andy and my great-grandfather. But he had taken it, and in the dream, it happened on Monhegan. So he just painted it over and over. And I just think it's so powerful that he would take this traumatic experience and illustrate it. And he was really fun, and he is really fun. I spoke to him this morning. It's like having a big brother, basically. So whenever I posed for photos, he'd always give me bunny ears, which was just so annoying. So there I am. I was really into perms at that point in my life, and I was struggling with about to get braces. Okay, we're gonna finish with my grandpa, Andy. So the thing that I thought was so fun about having Andrew Wyeth as your grandfather is I saw Andy, you saw Andrew Wyeth. So Andrew Wyeth is very serious, in public, but at home, I mean, he laughed and giggled and snuggled. He was the best. And there's Andrew Wyeth, and that's Andy. And, everybody has trauma in your life, right? But it's really what you do with it. So my great-grandfather was unfortunately killed in an automobile accident in 1945. He was in a train with his 4-year-old grandson, and he was in a car, and the train collided with the car, and they were killed. And so what my grandfather did, he said, I took this very painful event, and I went to the location where my father was killed, and all of a sudden this young man came running over the hill with these crazy arms, and I thought, my God, that's exactly how I feel. And he painted, what he felt. In 1948, sorry, the color's a little off, my grandfather painted this picture, and he was really excited about it, and I found this letter the other day where he said, I think I did something really new. This is a really kind of new painting for me. And he put it up in Manhattan at Macbeth Gallery, and no one really looked at it. And thank God this guy from the Museum of Modern Art, Alfred Barr, came and looked at it and said, you know what, I'm gonna buy that for $1,500. And this might not mean a lot to you guys, but this painting now hangs in the Museum of Modern Art, and it is worth more than $1,500 now. And the point he always told me was, who cares if everyone else hates it? I liked it, and I believed in it. And so there's Christina's World, his most iconic picture. This was his buddy. This was Christina, who unfortunately was unable to walk. And he said, one day I looked out the house I was painting, and I just saw her, and I thought, my God, isn't she marvelous? Just kind of dragging herself all over the place. And so he painted it as a symbol of her kind of being powerful, not weak. So at the end of his life, a couple years before, I'm just checking my clock here, I got 6 minutes, I'm doing good. At the end of his life, after 9/11, we had Homeland Security planes. We lived on an island, flying over the island. And he said, I just want to go paint one. So he gets in he had these crazy outfits, and he's in his little stretchy pants and his, hat with a Jolly Roger on it. And he shows up, and they're like, that's Andrew Wyeth? And he just spends 20 minutes, and he just gets, every 20 minutes, he moves around the P-3 plane, and he does this painting as a result. And then he decides he wants to go up in the plane. This is a Homeland Security plane. Okay, you civilians really don't get to go up in them. And he went up in it. And so what I'm doing now is I'm finding every single person I can that had to do with that flight and interviewing them. And the pilot, he's sitting over here, he said it was the damnedest thing. He kept poking up in between my seats. And I said, Mr. Wyeth, you can't do that. You have to sit in your seat. Go lower. He said, go lower. I want to see more. And the whole idea is he wanted to see our island from this aerial perspective. And I just think that's so cool that at the end of his life, he, even at 89 years old, he still really wanted to paint the world around him. This is my favorite painting, just in case you were curious. He said, I always wonder what I'd look like without flesh, which is a totally normal thing to wonder. And he said, so I was sitting there in the hospital, pissed off that I couldn't paint, and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint myself without skin. And I said, why would you do that? He said, because when I'm old and dead and you come visit me, Vicar, that's all that's going to be there is a big bag of bones. And so when I go to the cemetery and I visit him, I know exactly where he's buried, and I sit over him, and and I talk to him like a crazy person, and then I walk away, and sometimes I pretend this little skeletal hand kind of reaches out, and says hi. So the fourth generation is me. I don't paint. Unfortunately, I just didn't get that gene. I don't have any brothers or sisters or first cousins. So what I do is I do lectures. I'm going to be 45 next Thursday. And I started doing this when I was 14 years old. And what I did is I just wrote down everything that my family said, every single thing I could find. And so I give lectures at museums, I give lectures at school. I know there are lots of art teachers out here, so find me online, and I will come to your school and do this, like really do this for your students. And I go to prisons. I love going to prisons. I pack my car full of my grandfather's paintings, and I do these pop-up shows at the prisons, and they love it. I give lectures in full costume on Halloween on Zoom, and so this was a costume that unfortunately was too tight, and I couldn't even zip it up the back, so I'm just going to say, I was supposed to be a mummy. And then I do research, and so what I do is I literally go into people's homes that have posed for my grandfather, met my grandfather, and I just ask them to tell me everything they can. So this is me a couple weeks ago. I'm researching this house that my grandfather painted in 1945, and the bonus point is she had M&Ms, which were gone by the end. I have a very big sweet tooth. Okay, so in my last 3 minutes and 13 seconds, here's my advice. The best advice my grandfather gave me: if you're any good, people are gonna hate you. Up until the end of my grandfather's life, the critics tore him apart. And so you know what he said? Screw you, I'm not gonna go and do interviews. So he wouldn't do interviews. He wouldn't even go to his own shows. Because he said, if they don't understand my paintings, who cares? I'm painting for myself, and that's the most important thing. I've had people get up and walk out of my lectures. I've had people write me these hate letters when I curate shows, and so what I do is I write them a thank you card and I send them my exhibition catalog. So it's the only way to deal with it. Seriously, losers. So my advice, I have 8 quick points. So here we go. Number 1. Do something that makes you happy. I am surrounded by friends that are high-powered lawyers and doctors, and they hate it. They hate going to work, and there's nothing worse than having a job that you hate. So do something you really love, whether it's teaching art, doing art, having another job and painting on the side. Paint what you love, paint what you know, and paint your life. That is the most valuable lesson that my family taught me. They painted everything that was happening to them, which I thought was really cool. Don't paint for others. Don't ever sell out. If a gallery tells you you need to change this, change that, go to a different gallery. They don't know what they're talking about. It's okay to doubt yourself. My grandfather, at the end of his life, right before he died, I said, well, when did you figure out painting? He said, figure it out. I'm still figuring it out, and I'm 91 years old. I doubt myself on a regular basis, probably at least daily, if not, more than that. And I think that's a normal thing. I have found that finding one person that believes in you is really helpful. For me, it was my grandfather, and he just, I don't know, he believed in what I did. When I really doubted myself, I said, I can't do this. Yes, you can, just keep doing it. I would say embrace life. If you've ever heard the expression carpe diem, life will throw you so many curveballs when you get older: sickness, death, tragedy, but it's what you do with that. And you saw, my great-grandfather was hit by a train, and my grandfather took that pain and went back to the place where his father was killed. Not once, not twice, thousands and thousands of times painted there. Number 7, no matter who you are and what you become, you are no different than anyone else. So if I'm lecturing to a Supreme Court justice, he gets the same lecture as when I go into a prison. I always am excited. Everybody always is the same in my eyes. And my last bit of advice: spend time with your grandparents. You don't know how long they're going to be here. And I'm telling you, the worst thing about being a grown-up is regret. To say, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that. So spend time with your grandparents and record them. Grandparents love to tell stories. And, oh, there's my face. Look at that, right? But, get their voice and take pictures if you can. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria. That was so special and so incredible.
Right on time.
Right on time. Okay, now it is my privilege to be able to announce our award-winning students. With the amount of folks here and just logistics, we are not going to have folks come on stage. You've already received your certificates. What I am going to do is read through all of your names. If you can please hold applause until the end. After the last name is read, I'm going to ask all students, I know it's going to be chaotic, but I'm gonna ask all students to please come on stage, and we're gonna grab a group photo of all of the award winners who are here today. So I'm going to kind of quickly go through the work. I do have one of the visual pieces up for each award winner, and please forgive me in advance if I have any mispronunciations of your name. So we will begin with Lila Abbott, who won a Silver Key and honorable mention. We have Nicole Agasu, who won a Silver Key. Juliana Aguirre, a Silver Key and honorable mention. Dakota Akers, honorable mention. Albanine Al-Asadi, honorable mention award. Sabrine Alcock, honorable mention. Nair Aldrich, Gold Key, Silver Key, Maine Excellence in Arts, and Congressional Third Place Awards. Elliot Alfreds with a Gold Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Camila Alvarez with a Silver Key Award. Serena Vera Anderson with an Honorable Mention Award. Elliot Anderson, Silver Key and Honorable Mention. Gus Anderson, honorable mention. Scarlett Arbello, honorable mention. Isabella Aubrey with an honorable mention award. Serenity Bear on a Silver Key award. Nathan Barmby with an honorable mention. Nora Barnes with a Gold Key Award. Henry Barraclough with an honorable mention. Emily Barter, honorable mention. Lindsay Bartman with an honorable mention portfolio. Oh, Lucy Berry, excuse me, thank you so much. Lucy Berry with a Gold Key portfolio, honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts. Lindsay Bartman, Henry, oh, I'm so sorry, Emily Barter was missing a slide. We'll make sure we have that work. We have Mac Baverkny with an honorable mention. Apollo Burney with a Gold Key. Max Bishop with an honorable mention. Gray Black with a Silver Key Award. Logan Blanchard with a Gold Key and 2 honorable mentions. Elena Bliss, Gold Key, Silver Key, and honorable mention. Michael Boardman with a Silver Key. Helen Bonnevie Rothrock, honorable mention. Emily Boone, honorable mention. Kaylin Bork, honorable mention. Cole Bowen, Silver Key Award. Noelle Braithwood, honorable mention. Jessica Brask, Silver Key Award. Fiona Brickle, Silver Key. Akia Brimage, honorable mention. Chloe Brown with a Gold Key, Silver Key, honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Liam Bubble, honorable mention. Dylan Butler, honorable mention. Naomi Cabana, Silver Key Award. Lily Calderwood, Gold Key Award. William Camp with an honorable mention. Nicholas Camuso, honorable mention. Ava Carpenter with a Gold Key and 2 honorable mentions. Lucinda Carroll with a Gold Key Award. Claire Carter with an honorable mention. Brenna Casey, 2 Gold Keys, a Silver Key, and honorable mention. Key Chabot with a Silver Key Award. Eve Chase with a silver key, Cindy Choi with a gold key, Natalie Clark with a gold key and Maine Excellence in Arts, Cedar Clough with 2 silver keys and 3 honorable mentions, Lucas Cloutier with an honorable mention, Maya Cook with a silver key portfolio and an honorable mention portfolio, Julianne Cooper with an honorable mention award, Mateo Corcoran with 2 honorable mentions, Addison Crockett with a silver key award, Aurora Crone, honorable mention, Alita Crossan with an honorable mention portfolio, Brooklyn Crowley with a silver key and Maine Excellence in Arts, Kayla Cruz with 2 silver keys and 2 honorable mentions, Mava Culbertson with a silver key, Xavier Cummings with a silver key and honorable mention, Scott Curran with a silver key, Taryn Curry with a gold key and honorable mention, Eva Casano with an honorable mention, Zachary Sear with 3 gold keys, a silver key, and congressional first place, along with an American Visions nomination. Sedona D'Alessio with 2 silver keys, Maine Excellence in Arts, and a congressional honorable mention. Logan Damon with an honorable mention. Abigail Davis with an honorable mention. Allison Day with a silver key, Maine Excellence in Arts, and a congressional honorable mention. Lynette Day with a gold key and honorable mention. Emily Day Felice with a silver key. Nola Dulcourt with a gold key award. Ava DeRyer with an honorable mention. Eva Dews with an honorable mention. Matilda Dieso with a silver key. Samantha Denalo with an honorable mention portfolio. An Doe with a gold key and Maine Excellence in Arts award. Jasmine Dodge with an honorable mention. Lindsay Dodge with an honorable mention. Ashlyn Donahue with a silver key award. Bridget Dunnery with a silver key award. Avery Donchukowski with a gold key, silver key, honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts awards. Liam Dorr with an honorable mention. Ella Duke with a gold key, silver key, and Maine Excellence in Arts awards. Madison Dulac with a gold key award. Kaya Dumas with an honorable mention. Sophia Duncan with a silver key award. Nora Eames with a gold key, silver key, 2 honorable mentions, and Maine Excellence in Arts. Joseph Early with an honorable mention award. Nora Edwards with an honorable mention. Sylvie Amami Greifendorf with 2 gold keys, 2 silver keys, honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts awards. Taylor Farwell with 2 honorable mentions. Gracie Feeney with 2 honorable mentions. Iris Fitzpatrick with a gold key, silver key, and 2 honorable mentions. Avery Fluelling with a silver key award. Samantha Flynn with an honorable mention portfolio and an honorable mention award. Alexis Foley with an honorable mention. Cody Fortier with a silver key. Ava Fox with a silver key and Maine Excellence in Arts awards. Rachel Fox with a silver key. Jack Freeman with a gold key portfolio, 2 gold keys, a silver key, as well as being an American Visions nominee. Michaela Friedel with a Silver Key Award. Megan Garber with an honorable mention. Kimberly Garcia Santos with a Gold Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Hannah Garapi with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Patience Gatton with an honorable mention. Lily Jalowski with 2 honorable mentions. Elsie Gendron with 2 Gold Keys, an honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Molly Girding with an honorable mention. Jack Gilbert with a Silver Key and Congressional honorable mention. Finn Gilbert with a Gold Key, followed by Jack Gilbert with a Silver Key and Congressional honorable mention. Taylor Giles with an honorable mention. Sylvie Gill with an honorable mention. Kendra Gladue with a Silver Key and Congressional honorable mention. Apollo Goff with an honorable mention. Coy Goodnow with a Silver Key and honorable mention awards. Vero Gray Barrios with a Silver Key. Sawyer Grendel with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Poppy Griffin with an honorable mention. Greta Grauschin with a Silver Key, honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Ian Guzman with a Silver Key and 2 honorable mentions. Nyla Hall with an honorable mention. Hoyom Han with an honorable mention. Erica Hanks with an honorable mention. Callie Hanscom with 2 Gold Keys, a Silver Key, and a Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Ainsley Harden with an honorable mention. Cole Hartman with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Alex Hathaway with a Gold Key and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Lauren Hazard with 2 honorable mentions. Lyra Heatley with a Silver Key. Johnny Henriquez with a Silver Key. Cormac Luska with a Gold Key portfolio, a Silver Key portfolio, 3 Gold Keys, 5 Silver Keys, 3 honorable mentions, Maine Excellence in Arts, and an American Visions nominee. Brielle Hodgkin with a Silver Key portfolio. Minka Holtrop with a Silver Key portfolio, 2 Gold Keys, 8 Silver Keys, 9 honorable mentions, and the Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Hannah Hudson with an honorable mention. London Hunter with a Silver Key. In Young Huang with a Silver Key. Haley Inman with an honorable mention portfolio. Archer Eastgrow with an honorable mention. Sarah Jari with a Silver Key and an honorable mention. Davin Jean with an honorable mention. Jaden Jenks with a Silver Key award. Parker Jenkins with a Silver Key and an honorable mention. Trencha Johnson with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Just kidding. Emerson Johnson with 3 honorable mentions. I get to say your name again. Trencha Johnson with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Ailey Jones with an honorable mention. Ava Kane with an honorable mention. Catherine Kashavinsky with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Maya Kellett with an honorable mention. Ruth Kenny with 2 honorable mentions. Zoe Kent with an honorable mention. Alexis Kiffer with a Gold Key and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Phelan Kinsella with a Silver Key Award. Isabella Kopsel with an honorable mention. Kenisuke Kojima with a Silver Key Award. Rania Krall with an honorable mention portfolio, 2 gold keys, a Congressional First Place Award, as well as being an American Visions nominee. Lauren Levy with an honorable mention. Avery Labua with an honorable mention. Amelia Lacascia, with a Silver Key portfolio, a Gold Key, 3 Silver Keys, and 3 honorable mentions. Madison LaChance with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Molly LaChance with an honorable mention. Trevor LaRoche with an honorable mention. Alexis Leo with a Silver Key. Gabrielle Lewis with 2 honorable mentions. Abby Libby with an honorable mention. Elsa Liberatore with a Silver Key and an honorable mention. Evie Litwiller Farmer with an honorable mention. Neve Logan with an honorable mention. Madeline Long with an honorable mention. Poppy Lord with an honorable mention portfolio, a Gold Key and a Silver Key. Jackson Lucier with an honorable mention. Sarah McDougall with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Wyatt Major with a Gold Key and an American Visions nomination. Julia Marquardt Lusma with a Gold Key. Ella Martin with an honorable mention portfolio. Natalia Martinez with an honorable mention. Carolyn Martino with an honorable mention. Hannah Mason with a Silver Key portfolio, 3 Silver Keys and 2 honorable mentions. Grace Masterson with a Gold Key Award. Benny Matuvava with an honorable mention. Ambrose Maines with an honorable mention portfolio and a Silver Key Award. Vivian McAllister with a Silver Key. Lily McBrearty with an honorable mention award. Aiden Mickerhern with a Silver Key and an honorable mention award. Crystal McFarland with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Allie McGee with a Gold Key and 2 honorable mentions. Meredith McGonigal with 3 Gold Keys, a Silver Key, a Maine Excellence in Arts Award, and a Congressional 2nd place. Emma Milholland with a Silver Key. Roe Mitchell Clark with a Silver Key. Hannah Morgan with a Gold Key, 2 honorable mentions, the Maine Excellence in Arts Award, and the Congressional Honorable Mention. Emily Morrill with an honorable mention award. Jenny Morrill with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Emma Morrison with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Jasper Murphy with a Gold Key and a Silver Key. Matt Murray with 3 Gold Keys, an honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Griffin Nedelka with an honorable mention. Teddy Galamulume with a Gold Key, 2 Silver Keys, and an honorable mention. Ryan Wynn with an honorable mention. Aaron Norbert with a Gold Key. Xander Norsha with a Gold Key. Cassidy O.D. with 2 Silver Keys and 2 honorable mentions. Natalie Olson with an honorable mention portfolio. Angus Onken with a silver key. Nate Onken with 2 silver keys. Heidi Osborne with a silver key. Catherine Osborne with a silver key portfolio, 3 silver keys, and 2 honorable mentions. Misha Paradis with an honorable mention. Shelby Passwaters with an honorable mention. McKenna Patterson with an honorable mention. RJ Peacock with a Silver Key Award. Ella Pendleton with an honorable mention award. Xavier Peng with a Silver Key. Brady Pennell with an honorable mention. Naomi Penny with a Gold Key Award. Mattia Perkins with a Gold Key and honorable mention. Ethan Pern with 2 silver keys and a Maine Excellence in Arts. Annalise Peterson with a silver key portfolio, 2 silver keys, and 6 honorable mentions. Maya Pietrajo with a Silver Key Award. Haley Pike with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Xavier Pike with a Silver Key Award. Hashidol with Pope with 2 honorable mentions. Lillian Porter with an honorable mention. Sage Porter with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Anne Prickett with an honorable mention portfolio. Tazita Rackmales with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Casey Rand with a Silver Key. Liam Reagan with an honorable mention award. Dorothea Robertson with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Adrian Rada with a Gold Key. Maeve Rogers with 2 honorable mentions. Anna Ross with an honorable mention portfolio, a Gold Key, 2 silver keys, and Maine Excellence in Arts. Natalia Rothwell with a Silver Key and 2 honorable mentions. Parker Addison Russell with an honorable mention. Willa Russell with a Silver Key Award. Lilia Sarkisov with an honorable mention. Jennifer Schaefer with 3 honorable mentions. Addison Schlauter with an honorable mention. Quincy Schnee with an honorable mention. Samuel Scott with a Silver Key, 2 honorable mentions, and Maine Excellence in Arts. Dagny Sieber with an honorable mention. Jaden Sieber with a Gold Key portfolio and an honorable mention. Luana Sina with a Gold Key, a Silver Key, and an honorable mention. Marsden Shetterly with a Gold Key, Silver Key, and honorable mention. Sebastian Shields with an honorable mention portfolio. Rowan Sillers with a Gold Key. Jesse Simmons with an honorable mention. Louisa Simpson with an honorable mention award. Kaylee Skeffington with a Silver Key and honorable mention. Samantha Susie with an honorable mention award. Ava Stairs with 2 honorable mentions. Lauren Steinberg with 2 Gold Keys and a Silver Key. Bernie Stelmick with a Gold Key, 2 Silver Keys, and 2 honorable mentions. Natalie Stokes with an honorable mention. Mitchell Strauss with 2 Silver Keys. Elizabeth Strickland with an honorable mention. Lexi Surratt with 2 Silver Keys and a Maine Excellence in Arts Awards. Alden Sutherland with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Lily Swanberg with a Silver Key. Adeline Sidner with an honorable mention. Holly Tabbitt with an honorable mention portfolio. Emma Talbot with an honorable mention portfolio and an honorable mention award. Caden Tardif with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Owen Topier with a Silver Key and honorable mention, Maine Excellence in Arts, and a congressional honorable mention. Chloe Tay with a Gold Key, Silver Key, and honorable mention awards. Kyan Teixeira with an honorable mention. Sophia Thebridge with an honorable mention. Drew Therio with an honorable mention. Kendall Thibodeau with a Gold Key Award. Lila Thomas with an honorable mention. Nina Tiffany with an honorable mention. Nora Toby with an honorable mention. Zoe Townsend with an honorable mention. Autumn Tracy with an honorable mention award. Cian Tripp with an honorable mention. Shirley Truland with a Silver Key, honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts awards. Sarah Van Brunt with a Gold Key. Andre Vasquez Beaulieu with an honorable mention award. Calvin Venegoni Ranger with a Silver Key, 2 honorable mentions, and Maine Excellence in Arts. Alana Venard with 3 honorable mentions. Camila Villanueva with 2 honorable mentions. Robin Vendrasic with a Silver Key Award. Cassidy Vias with an honorable mention award. Coulter Wackman with a Gold Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Cameron Wagner with 2 Silver Keys. Evelyn Walker with a Silver Key. Amber Walker Goodrich with an honorable mention award. Eamon Wallace with a Silver Key Award. Jason Wallace with an honorable mention award. Susie Walsh with a Gold Key. Vigolia Walsh with an honorable mention. Isaac Warzowski with a Gold Key and Congressional 2nd place. Ward Wazim with a Gold Key and Congressional 3rd place. Kat Wells with a Gold Key, honorable mention, and Maine Excellence in Arts. Quinn Worley with an honorable mention award. Eric White with an honorable mention portfolio. Isabella White with 4 honorable mentions. Lucy White with a Gold Key, 2 Silver Keys, and Maine Excellence in Arts. Lauren Willard with an honorable mention. Zi Zhu with a Gold Key and a Silver Key. Elaine Yee with an honorable mention award. Rosella York with an honorable mention award. Zitong Zhou with an honorable mention portfolio and a Silver Key. Sylvie Amazimba with an honorable mention. Felix Zimmerman with a Silver Key and Maine Excellence in Arts. Maya Zimmerman with a Gold Key, Silver Key, and honorable mention. And finally, Adela Zinsky with an honorable mention. If we can applaud our fantastic... in just a minute. Here comes the chaos. Students, we would love to celebrate you on this stage if you can make your way up front.
Going up? You going down?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. We'll probably need 3 rows. Yeah.
You can hear the pictures. Sorry.
Yeah, taller folks, you want to swap with shorter folks. I warned you it would be chaos for a moment.
Sorry. Pictures of students.
Yeah, nice and tight. Is everyone backed up as far as they can go? Okay, thank you.
Creative with this situation,
Good friends said.
There you go.
Anyone tall is allowed to, anyone small is allowed. But we'll have to like keep it short. Hey Pamela, do we have this? Pamela.
I just wanted to say a little, I'm famous for she pointed you out to Oh, yeah.
Such a great one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, great
And I was kind of curious what the picture was doing for South Point.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun to see one of them.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah.
Pretty impressive.
she didn't lose, and that's good.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
that's
Yeah.
nuts.
Hey, open the baseball cap.
I think it's why you should come to your mind.
Excuse me, sir.
Awesome.
Thank you.
First speaker teaching.
Mitchell, the
It's
stairs.
a better vintage one.
There you go.
Come in here. Let's go. Yeah, very much. I appreciate it.
All these people use it too.
So nice to meet you.
Keep up with the work.
She's a great kid. So great work too. Yes.
Everyone just grab a window. It's beautiful seating at Portland Stage, giving some good perspective. And everyone look somewhere in the middle-ish and smile for your families. Amazing, congratulations. Now you can somehow make your way
I stumped myself. Well, this sucks.
Are we done? Oh, yeah. You guys did good. I was laughing. I was like, oh no, David's in the front row. Where's Snowball? I know. I was glad you were. I was like, yeah, we'll go across the street. I think we can go out this way. Try to do something else.
Speech. It's not a speech.
Where's it going?
Okay, as you're settling in, I know we're getting tight on time as well, but I I'm very excited to introduce you to a retired Maine art educator who also was the first coordinator of the Maine Scholastic Art Awards, Peg Maxwell.
Thank you all for being here. I think my 5-page is going to be too long, so I stutter. I'm usually behind the scenes, so just bear with me. I thank all of you educators for being here, not just the teachers, but your parents, your grandparents, your moms, your dads, anyone who acts as a parent or a person who will give you the motivation that you need. My father set up a little studio in the corner of our basement in the inner city for me to win my first Scholastic Award back in the day. My mom sewed all of our clothes and taught me how to sew. There were 7 of us, and she taught me that I could design and make clothing for our dance competitions and our theater productions, and I did that. And so your parents and all the people around you are as important as your teachers. But teachers, I would like all of you to stand at this time, and I am going to read this. You give of yourselves every day in the classroom. You are tenacious, often working after hours to inspire your students, motivate them, and tell them over and over again to do a little more. You live vicariously through your students, sharing your gifts and often giving up your time in your own studio to make them the artists that they are. At this time, I would like all of you to shout and scream for your teachers and your parents and your grandparents who are here, and you are here today because of them. So I thank all of you for this opportunity. Introduce Martha McKellis, and she's going to speak about the Congressional Art Awards. No, I'm sorry. See how I stutter? See how this is new for me.
Hi everybody, you are just troopers. This is incredible. My name is Martha Piskuskas. I work at the Maine Arts Commission, and I'm not going to say a whole lot, but I just did want to say that I remember the name of my first art teacher, Mr. Mello, for real, that was his name. And then of course there were many, many other art teachers over the years, and they were integral to my discovery of myself. I'm sure that's true of all of you here. They opened the door I had to walk through, but they opened the door. And at the Maine Arts Commission, we're a state agency, and we want to honor the work of the art teachers, the work of the students. Every year we have an annual show at the Cross Office Building, which is right behind the state capitol building. And we have space for about 45 pieces. So what we do is we come and look at the scholastic work. We have a separate jury. They come and pick work from, we try to get a good spread from all over the state. So that's the Maine Excellence in Arts Education show. And I want to just, if the students are in that show, can you just stand up, like right now? Do you remember who you are? That you are not going to walk away with your artwork today. You leave it here. We are going to take that. On Monday, our art preparer is going to come and collect it off the walls of Mecca, and it will, everything there will have this symbol on it, so don't take it if it has this symbol. And we will put it on the walls at the state capitol complex, and it will be there until May 30th. The buildings are open 9 to 5 every weekday, and we would love to have you come and check out the work. We'll have a final little sort of gathering reception at the end. But I do want to leave you with one thing that the Commissioner of Education, Pendermaker, said a couple years ago in the height of the pandemic. She said that the arts are really valued, arts education is really valued, yes, because it helps in brain development for people to be better learners, to process information, for social and emotional learning and self-awareness, for self-expression, of course, the healing powers, all of that is true. But, and this is what she said, the most important reason why visual and performing arts programs in our schools are important is because it makes life worth living. Right? Okay, almost done. Two really important things. I'm going to introduce Molly Doyle from the first Congressperson's office, Shelley Pingree, to talk about the Congressional Arts Awards. Molly.
Thank you so much for the introduction. So I'm just going to give a brief history of the Congressional Art Competition. It began in 1982 to give members of Congress the opportunity to encourage and recognize the artistic talents of their young constituents. So every spring, across the country, students in participating congressional districts submit their work to the representative's office to be judged by a panel of artists from within their district. And since the competition's first year, more than 650,000 high school students have participated. And so each year, one winning piece from each district hangs in a special exhibit in the US Capitol for 1 year. And so the result is a really inspiring and deeply impressive gallery that showcases talented young artists from across the nation. So with all of that said, it really is such an honor to be here today on behalf of Congresswoman Pingree to recognize this year's Congressional Art Competition participants. She wishes she could be here today, but she sends her congratulations to each student on their efforts and thanks everyone who works so hard to make this competition a success year after year. She also sends a special note of recognition to this year's first, second, and third place winners, along with this year's honorable mentions. So as Congresswoman Pingree knows, art is so essential to our communities, our culture, and our humanity. As a member of the House Appropriations Subcommittee, which oversees funding of the National Endowment of the Arts and Humanities, as well as being a co-chair of the bipartisan Congressional Arts Caucus, Congresswoman Pingree understands that art enriches our lives, feeds our souls, and unlocks profound understanding of the world around us. To the students here, I hope you make art a lifelong passion. May you find enjoyment in both creating it and experiencing it for many years to come. And I just want to close with a few words of thanks. So thank you to the Maine Arts Commission, which works with our office every year to coordinate this competition. Thank you to the Maine College of Art and Design for your beautiful display of the students' art and for welcoming us all here today. Thank you to this year's first congressional district judges, Anna Dibble and Rachel Somerville. We appreciate the insight and the experience that you brought to the competition. And lastly, I would also be remiss to not mention the state's art teachers who help our students develop the skills that they need to create such fine artwork as displayed today. So congratulations to all the students, all the parents, all the teachers. We really appreciate everything you've done, and it is so impressive.
Hi everybody, and I'm Scott Dresser here from Congressman Jared Golden's office. Congressman Golden really wanted to be here today. He appreciates so much the work that all of you all are doing and have done. Unfortunately, he's on new baby watch for his second child at literally any moment, so many of us here know how that is. But he did ask me to share some of his thoughts on the arts, and I'll try to get us to that reception as soon as possible and be brief, too. You know, when the worst happened in the congressman's hometown and in the town that our office is located in, when tragedy struck, we all noticed, and the congressman specifically noted, the way that some of our cultural institutions sort of led the way to the rebirth. When folks started to want to poke their heads out again, and as much as was possible, turn the page and move forward as a community, it was the artists, it was the museums, it was the exhibits. I think I saw a mural competition with local high schoolers competing in Lewiston. It was so many of these art institutions that sort of led that way forward as the community grew together, grew stronger, and moved on. And furthermore, just as the Congressman travels throughout the state, we see in so many of these communities that are burgeoning and thriving and dynamic and growing, every time there is a thriving arts community and cultural community intertwined with that economic dynamism too, because the two are inseparable. They go hand in hand. We see the leadership on the communal and individual level leading us out of tragedy and forward as a community. And we see it on the more, dare I say, macro level, on the regional and broader scale, leading our economies and our towns forward economically. So all that is to say that Congressman Golden thanks you from the bottom of his heart. He thanks the teachers, the parents, and especially the artists for your contributions as leaders now and leaders going forth and going forward. Thank you.
We've made it to the end. We are so excited to have you here. We have one very quick final thing before you all head out, and I want to just make a couple quick announcements. As a reminder, we are all going to kind of parade together over to Maine College of Art and Design for our reception. Please do not take your work right away. We'd love for everyone to have 20 minutes to half an hour to look at the exhibit. Then you may begin taking your work. Reminder, if you are a congressional first place winner, you may not take your work, leave it on the wall, or if you're a Maine Excellence in Arts Education winner, leave that on the wall as well. So those are my housekeeping for what's next, but we have one quick final thing for you all.
This is going and growing because of one very special person. Pamela Moulton, could you please come up? For the Scholastics, and we just want to recognize Pam, so give the shouts again, just one more time.
Thank you all for your patience for such a lovely ceremony. Before everyone leaves, we would like our teachers who are here and stood up to come and get a gift basket or a gift bag. And if you could quickly stand on stage, we're going to snap a photo and then you can head over to Maine College of Art and Design. Thank you all for